Welcome to Lesson 2 of the Leadership Career Challenge. In this lesson, I'm going to help you identify your ideal career and life objective. This is about helping you create a long-term vision so that you can utilize it to guide what you're doing and decisions that you're making so that you can get into your ideal career goal. Setting up a long-term vision isn't just an exercise. If you embark on a traditional goal-setting process where you plan your future to get to a certain place, it's unlikely to hold the same power or pull as something that is actually your long-term vision, which is about really tapping into that physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual capacity. For this exercise, it helps if you think as broadly as you can. So not just about your career, but your whole life. What is it that'll make you truly happy? How do you uncover your heart's true desire? Why were you put on the earth in the first place? What are you here to contribute to? The answers to these questions are not going to come easily. In fact, you can spend your whole life thinking about these things. I first got a glimpse of my true desire and purpose in 2004, but I did not know how it was going to turn out. It wasn't until years later that I realized how it would play out in my life, which, by the way, was about really throwing myself into leadership. It's about uncovering what you really desire. And the difference, once you do, is that instead of being driven to a certain outcome, you're being drawn to what is your ideal outcome. What is your perfect state? Don't expect the answers to come easily, but equally, if you don't start, they may never come. You may spend your whole life wondering, oh, what am I doing with my life? What's my purpose? Where is my career going to take me? What do I really want to do? And even worse, being stuck in something that you know you don't like, don't enjoy, and doesn't fulfill you. There's a lot of talk about work-life balance, but we all know that work has really merged into our lives in more ways than one. Technology has made work accessible from anywhere. But ideally, if we're doing something that we really want to do, it's not work. It's actually really enjoyable. I think we all know that that is not reality. It is very difficult to completely disconnect yourself from work when you're at home. It's all life. Work is just... At any point in time, you will be focusing on one thing or another more. So if you're at work and you're really immersed in what you're doing, you're fully in the work, which could be to the exclusion or detriment of other things. So there have been times in my life where I have really focused on my career and probably have lacked a lot of sleep and eating well, whereas there are other times where I've really focused on my family and have kind of put my career on hold for a little bit so that I could do that. To me, this is life, and this is how we choose. It is not a balance. There is no 50-50 work-life balance. Not in my life anyway. While you're over here making sure that your career plate is spinning as fast as it can, your personal life plate might be completely dropping off the shelf. And then you go over there and you try and flick off a few texts and have a few dinners with some friends to get it back up and running again. So you're moving from one thing to another to give it your focus or attention. That is how life works. I would never expect to have my life all working perfectly at one point in time. Instead, it's about what I can do to help manage things better. The ultimate objective here is to create a compelling vision of where you want your life to be, the state you want to be in for each of your areas of life that are important to you. You might have spiritual goals, family goals, career goals, health goals. There will be a whole array of them. Everybody's goals are going to be different because everybody is going to have different emphasis on different elements that are important. The compelling end state will act as a bit of a beacon on a hill for you. It's really like creating a strategy, except you're doing it for yourself personally across all areas of importance in your life. If you were developing a workplace strategy, you're trying to define as accurately as possible where you want the organisation to be in 5 or 10 years' time. Once you have that, that is the beacon on the hill that you're aiming for. That is how you make resource, financial, other decisions about where the organisation goes to be able to get to that goal as accurately or as quickly as possible. This tells us and what we're going to do each day to help prepare us to get there. The long-term personal vision that you set is exactly the same. So just as you would create a work strategy, you're going to create a compelling vision strategy for your life. This is your personal beacon on a hill. You've got to be able to define ideally what your life will look like. Once you do that, you know where you're going. The decisions that you make either take you closer to that goal or move you further away from it. This will be important when we look at our next lesson, which is about creating short-term goals. We know where we're heading and we know what we're aiming for. Now, often people will think when they reach a certain goal or achieve some kind of financial success, they'll be happy. Nothing could be further from the truth. Otherwise, all those trust fund babies would be living their best lives and not Money is great. It gives you choice and it does make things fun. But money in its own right is not the answer. We are conditioned as humans to aim for material success. One of my favourite quotes that helps keep me focused is, we spend money that we don't have buying things that we don't need to impress people that we don't even like. So think a bit more deeply than just material success about what is actually going to make you happy. It's okay to have those things. I just wouldn't recommend making it the ultimate end goal. To really get deeper into this, you're probably going to want to think about meditating. I don't mean going to a retreat and being silent for 4 days. I mean just really allowing your imagination to go a little bit off course and for you to sit in that. What's going to put you into a state of thinking, if I get here, I will be pretty damn happy and content in every area of my life. I have developed a worksheet to help you make the most of this exercise, which you can get from the link in the description, so make sure you check that out. But like I said, you'll need to create your own space to do this effectively. Now, video 3 in the Career Challenge series is linked on your screen, so you can jump into that when you're ready. And thanks very much for watching.